Bakugo is number 1 in the poll. I know who's going to win! Just when you're about to hit the post button of your rant on Naruto vs Sasuke 2.0 is here, when clearly is not. The chapter reaches to the conclusion. While you can argue that people will argue about the battle result, I'm left with a satisfying note that has me closing in to collect its volumes, though you should really support the official release. Anyway, it's a solid chapter that marks a new beginning within the rivalry. The action is solid in here as it grows intense when it draws near to the end. I was really getting hooked by its choreograph with many at stakes, and seeing how Deku developed his accustomed to 8% use of one for all quirk, it only adds more to the cause. What also helps is how Deku continues to narrate that he still has a long way to go. He will aim for that victory status as hard as he can. It also plays a part for the ending. Although Bakugo would have his arms heavily damaged due to the last chapter, the way I was imaged, but that wasn't the case at all, which is a relief. However, if Deku continues to grow, he can't break him down, so it is only a matter of time. The one shot by Deku should have been the end to the battle, but once Bakugo got back up, it's clear that Deku still has a bit more to go. Because of it, Bakugo struck him down, thus he's the winner, which somewhat surprised me. Before finishing the chapter, I didn't actually feel like it was a bad decision to have Bakugo to win the fight. The way it was set up within this very chapter, I was left thinking if Deku could really defeat against Bakugo in his state. Sure, he realized that he can withstand using 8% of his quirk more or less, but it won't lead to an easy win if your experience doesn't match what it is desired to do. What he has is being heroic and willpower in saving for those who needs. However, he doesn't have much strength and firepower to overpower the opponent. This attention is fully realized by the end of the chapter, in which led to the highlight of the fight. I did like how Bakugo wasn't too happy about his win, because again, win or lose, the fight is more about finding the answer and finding their next path. Those small details can adjust your view on his purpose clearly. All Might finally steps in, which led to a great lesson of why he allowed the fight to happen. Thankfully, he isn't Kakashi. Okay, no more reference. I'm tired with it. We are done with it, right? Anyway, I thought it was a profound moment with him finally input his words and let Bakugo understand that his next path is to get along and become a true hero with a friend that can influence his missing points and vice versa. What makes the moment great is the fight contributed a lot by stating the point that they both have their weakness that they can actually learn from each other, yet it can also elevate their bonds. Each moment in the past chapter shows us the strengths and weaknesses of their respective characters and relationship. Because of the end result, we now can understand the end game goal. The series barely stick to the status quo, so expect actual developments from each other. Deku is going to have a chance to strengthen his skills and surpass his limit quicker, while Bakugo is going to have a chance to accept and connect with people. This is what All Might sees from these two, and thanks to all of the developments, this is a believable approach. Again, status quo shouldn't happen as they understand each other more than just a guy next door. The art is all around solid. The chapter did a really good effort to create the impact of the so-called final hit to be the end. The end point has a lot of weight to the impact, yet it's not the idea of winning equal satisfaction, rather another step into seeking for the answer. Bakugo does have a lot of moments to consider, especially towards the end, where he's left to feel like weight has been lifted away from him. The end piece feels like a new step into their development has finally begun. And no, it's not about the rivalry gone dark. It is kept in the same light, yet escalate the level. It doesn't need to make it dark and edgy in order to compel the audience. Besides, seeing Bakugo sitting that way illustrates that he's finally got his answer. The next chapter may show more of his feelings, but judging by his words, he seems to understand clearly. He truly respects All Might like a true fan. All in all, the fight is what we needed, and the end result is satisfying enough. Sure, Deku didn't win the fight, but the message is different than just a normal win or lose. it was a very good ride that we may get one more development in the next and the last chapter of the year, if my schedule is right, but I can't be wrong. If the plan is to have one more chapter before the end of the year, it's time to end it with a last hurrah. I'm giving this chapter an 8. Personally, this is a good decision from the mangaka. Perhaps Deku could get his win in the future, but since the series is young and the moral for Bakugo can be done in different ways, and having All Might proving his points to Bakugo makes a lot of sense. I like to see how they are going to get along now that going to this path will actually provide a convincing bond. One thing it didn't copy from Naruto, if we want to keep it that trend, is the status quo. And that's a relief. My thoughts are told. Don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.